Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Samantha the Introvert. Today I want to give you my personal review on episode 7 of Kidnapped. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the episode starts off with Min checking out the camera that he installed. Q asked why Min installed the camera, and Min said that it's because he's going back to work in the stunt acting and he will be away for a while. So, with this, he can see both Men and Q are okay and safe, and that it's easier for him to get aware of the danger. Now that they're in a relationship, Q decided to ask if it's okay for him to fully move in with Min as a couple. Honestly, this is too fast. They just came from I just kidnapped you. Now they're in a relationship. Anyways, Min instantly agrees, and so Q made Min drop him home to collect all his clothes because Q was very serious on this. While Q is changing his clothes and packing his things, Min decided to check out Q's room and saw a framed photo of Q with his birthday. And Min saw by Q's birth year, Q is younger than him. Since Q had his chance of wearing Min's clothes, Q gave Min a chance to wear his clothes and feel rich. I am not gonna lie, this looks good on him. One thing I can say though about this scene is that the theme color is very much brown and cream, but mostly brown. Is there a meaning behind this color, or is it just aesthetic or the filter effect? Anyways, Q got a call from his father, and his father made it known that the maid told him that he came home. There's nothing gonna pass by this man. So, anyways, the father told Q that things are getting very dangerous and he wants Q to go stay with his uncle in Vancouver. But Q told his father that he won't go, and Q got very stubborn. It's like they're both stubborn. After Q hung up on his father, Min came out the bathroom and pretended that he didn't hear what Q's conversation was with his father, but it was obvious Min heard everything because the phone was very close to the bathroom. Since Min got on his outfit and looking good, it's only fair to get a chain. So Q gave Min his chain with his name on it and told Min that people can look at the chain and can tell who he belongs to. But on their way for their little date, they got into traffic. They got romantic in while waiting for the traffic flow. I'm too single to be watching them. Min did ask to get to know Q more, and Q brought Min to his world so Min can get to understand Q. Now they went back home, and Q saw how Min looked sad, and Min basically said that he liked how Q is bringing him to his world, but he feels like Q didn't want to be around him and that he felt lonely. Q said that is never the case and that is because he was always alone and he is not used to being with someone, but he also wanted to show that little world Min wanted to see. So Min then asks for Q to tell him one thing that he doesn't know or that no one knows of Q. Q then said that whenever he's alone and by himself, it's not what he wanted. He doesn't want to be alone, but when he meets Min, he felt so warm and at home, and with Men and Min, it's like a family he wanted. After that, Min then mentioned about Vancouver, revealing that he heard Q and his father talking. But Min also said that he will be there to protect both Men and Q, so he doesn't need to go to his uncle, even though he knows the danger. But they promised to never leave each other, and he is sticking by that promise. Again, I am too single to be watching them. Anyways, the next day they heard on the news about Q's father and how he will be going to court and to talk about the evidence that he ended against Gangster Lady. With this, the father tried calling Sua, but Sua is not able to fully talk to him right now. Right now, Gangster Woman is very pissed and orders Sua to deal with Q to send a big message to Q's father because clearly her kind gestures are not working. While Min is getting ready for work, which he doesn't want to go, but Q tells Min that they will be okay with the camera Min set up and that there are undercover cops that his father hired. They will be very safe. While leaving, though, it seems Sua and the other gangster men were already outside watching them. Elsewhere, Gangster Woman meets up with Q's father to strike up a deal. She wants him to testify against the dead man's sons, saying the evidence that he prepared were all fake, and if he does that, she will not put harm to Q or any other innocent people. She means Min and his brother. But because he knows he has a lot of undercover cops working with him, including Sua, he is not fazed by her threat. But something went wrong. Sua got a message of a surveillance camera of him doing many things that he had done that day at the restaurant. You didn't thought you were gonna last forever, were you? You were gonna get caught eventually. In other words, Sua got caught in 4K, and with that, the woman knew all of that and showed Q's father that her man is strangling Sua unconscious, and told Q's father that he has no other person to rely on for information. At work on a break, Min is monitoring Q with Min. James came along and talked about Q and asked if Min let Q go home, but Min revealed to James that he can't do that and Q and him are dating. Honestly, in reality, it sounds crazy. You're a kidnapper who eventually became the kidnappee's boyfriend? Seriously, how crazy is that? To be honest, the way how Min explaining this old love with Q to James sounds like a 13-year-old who just started love. Meanwhile, at home, danger have come, so Q took Min to Min's room and told him to stay in the bathroom and not to come out no matter what. Oh, by the way, Min saw this on the camera and he ran to get to them, but for the meanwhile, Q is on defense mode. Now, while all of that danger is happening, Q father is at court, and of course, Gangster Woman was there to see that her plans go through. Honestly, even though it's a dangerous road, you have to look at it. The man risked his life to get these evidence to get his innocent son out, and Q's father has to understand as a father and a policeman. Does he really want to let an innocent boy go to jail for a crime the woman did? And will he continue to do this? Besides, even if he goes against all rights, the woman is still planning to kill Q regardless. Trust me, Q is not winning any of the fight, but he's not giving up because he's determined to protect men at all costs. And luckily, before the gangster could get to men, Min showed up just in time because Q is literally injured to go on. In court, though, Gangster Woman was so confident until there was video evidence of her telling her men to kill the father of the innocent boy. Now, because of this new evidence, the court was issued to make a new court date. Gangster Woman was not expecting that. Hell, I wasn't expecting that because when I heard evidence, I was like, how are they gonna prove anything with just a paper? Nope, they went and clapped back with a video. While helping Q, men came out of the bathroom and saw one of the men was about to stab Min until Sua came and shot the guy, saving them. But because of Q, who was badly hurt, he fell unconscious. They are at the hospital and you can tell that Min is very worried for Q. At the hospital, Min went to speak to Q's father again. The father revealed that Sua is an undercover cop and that he pleaded to Min to let Q go and be far away and safe as possible. Gangster Woman got caught in 4K and because of that she got arrested. He also mentioned that he is the reason Min's brother and Min and his own son is not safe and told Min that he's aware that of their relationship. He cannot communicate with Q to let him understand, but he knows Q loves Min. And when Q loves someone, it is very hard for him to get Q to break up with any person that he will love. In other words, only men can have to break them up. Because if they stay together while things are very dangerous, then it will get worse for not just them, but innocent people who got contacted with Q. When Min returned to the hospital room, he sees Q awake and happily talking to Min and the girl, and thought about what Q's father said. Q got released from the hospital and Min brought Q home, and poor Q is confused, but Min literally told Q to go to Vancouver with his uncle to be safe and broke up with Q. Q already knows his father already spoken to Min, but sadly Min had to do it even though it hurts him to do this. This is literally the hardest decision poor Min had to make, but he had to think about the safety of men and Q. He already made it clear that he doesn't really care about what happens to him, but for Q and men, he wants them to be safe. Now, 4 days after the breakup, and before you ask, no, Q didn't go to Vancouver, he is still in Thailand. In his car while watching the behind the scene of a zombie movie that he did with Min and thinking of Min, Q decided to go to Min. But when Q got to the house, he saw that they moved out. Q tries to call Min, but he will not answer. But he also saw that Min left the camera and decided to cry while talking to the camera because he knows Min is watching. Which he is. I wonder though, why did he left the camera? Is it that because he's coming back to the house? I guess Min decided to take his brother somewhere safe because he knows Q never left. Okay guys, that is the end of my review on episode 7 of Kidnap. Stay tuned for my review on episode 8. And as always, if you like my reviews, give them a thumbs up, subscribe, hit notification bell so you never miss any of my videos, and I'll see you next time.